I'm Naomi Kim. I am the International Product Manager and Brand Manager for Disney Lorcana. We're showing a lot of exciting things. We have obviously our hint to Arcasia's Island that's coming out, but most importantly and most excitingly for a lot of people who have joined us this week, we have Reign of Jafar product on display. So that was shown first at Gamma, but we are excited to talk a little bit more about it with all the retailers and all the partners that are showing up this week. A lot of excitement, like I said. Obviously, we have the big bad of Jafar, the pop of the red color. They're like, that's going to look great on shelves. Like, that's already a lot of great feedback that we're hearing. So looking forward to doing more of that in the future.
At the time of this interview, the Azra Island's not out yet. You guys are hauling on this.
We are. It's actually coming out next week at hobby stores and then 2 weeks later. So we're like, we have a lot of great things coming and we have a lot more coming after that. So we're trying to keep the momentum when it comes to marketing. We have a lot more of the hype phase that we're really building up to, so that was all the card reveals, all the great product announcements for Arcasia's Island, and we're starting that for Reign of Jafar, which everyone is already excited about, like I mentioned. And then now we're going to be in our launch phase, so a lot of great opportunities to hear from our designers, to hear from our marketing team, to hear from artists a lot more. So we're really trying to highlight more of the product team and the people behind the product. That's so important to us. There's so many people that work on all of it, so really highlighting all those touch points, everything that really makes Lorcana Lorcana, and all the passion that comes behind it.
I think the biggest deal is that you revealed a Mushu card and everyone's really excited. People are asking, where is that little dragon?
Exactly. They've been waiting so long and we're so happy that he's finally here. There's more Mushu to come, we promise. We can't say when or where, but this is just the beginning, and we're always listening. We're always listening to the community. What characters, what properties. Please let us know. Please be vocal. We are listening. We might not be able to flip things around very quickly, but we are always listening and wanting to give the fans what they're asking for.
Wait, talk about Arcasia's Island. What goes into the buildup of releasing that and getting it onto a ship or onto a truck and then getting it to stores? What does your job entail in that?
Yeah, so absolutely. So for my role, I'm thankfully involved from the very beginning, where it's the concepts with our creative teams, our narrative teams, our game design teams, and building together what that set looks like, what properties are in there, being a part of that conversation. But then really the team takes it, and then once it's launched and ready to go, we are ready with our marketing team. So I'm a part of those conversations when it comes to the marketing campaigns, what works, what doesn't work, how do we want to share out this story to the fans as well as the players. There's a lot of different elements for each set that different people want to hear more about, so we're trying to find a way of how can we speak to everybody on those different elements that everyone is interested in. So as we work to get into a hype, launch, and sustain phase when it comes to marketing, we're really honing in on what that looks like for each of the different audiences. So being a part of those conversations, those plans, we have a lot of fun events coming, like just being able to be a part of all of that has just been a lot of fun, and that's a little bit what my role entails. There's a lot of different nuances, but for the most part, that's in a nutshell what I do.
I feel like that's even more compounded because in the U.S. you have your own audience and your age range and your target demographic, but then you also have your international, so you have multiple countries now and regions with their own demographic. You talk about the challenges of dealing with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, there's so many nuances that come with that, and thankfully we have a lot of great people that are leading each of the markets. So for the Europeans, we have our leads that are there. For China and Japan, that's very much the same. We have a lot of passionate TCGers in all those markets, but also they're so unique and different. So how we market in North America is very different from how we are marketing from China and Japan. And hearing again from the different communities there, the different people that are there, working with the experts who have been in that community and been in that market for so long, we are working with the best of the best, and we're very excited that we are able to use their talents and experience and to make something that's special and unique for Lorcana, because there's so much that's out there, so much great TCGs, so many of them, and for Lorcana to stand out, we really want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward. Yeah.
So, talk about your relationship for Disney during the marketing compress. Are they heavily involved? Do you have to go through approval process because it is your game, but it is a licensed game?
Yeah, absolutely. There is the Disney approval, and our teams have been absolutely amazing that we work with. We're very, very thankful. I actually was on the Disney side when they launched Lorcana, or when they pitched Lorcana. So for me, it's been really fun to see the other side, and now I'm like, I'm sorry for all the comments that I gave, but it's really great having such a wonderful relationship across our entire company with the Disney teams, where they really trust and they respect what our teams are trying to do and want to do. So when and where they can help push, like they have been really, really great with that. So we're very fortunate that we have a really great partner in Disney who allowing us to take beloved properties like this and mixing them all together and having fun with that and being able to support that we're very thankful.
Yeah, because you mentioned you're involved in each of the phases, I just have to ask, what's the approximate time for when you have a set, just say Inklings, you have a set from design to testing, to printing, to shipping, to getting into local stores? What's the time? How long does it take? Paint a picture for our viewers. How long does it take to do?
At minimum, I would say like we are already planning for 2027. So we are well in advance. Our teams are putting in the blood, sweat, and tears, and we're still working through the current sets, we're still working through future sets, and we're working beyond. We have so many ideas. Our teams are so creative. They're putting all these things together. All these sets are overlapping, but yet there's clarity and there's decision making and just everything is moving forward. So we're really, really excited. And yeah, I would say 2 years minimum, at least from the inception of what do we want to do for that next arc, and starting that brainstorm session with game design, with narrative, with our creative team. So it's just a really great fun process from the very beginning where we go blue sky, then we hone down a little bit further into, okay, what is actually feasible, and then we build out from there.
So if you can answer this question, it'd be awesome. You guys have so much great art on all your cards, and your playmats are also killer. How do you decide what art gets a playmat?
That's a really good question. That goes a few different ways. So obviously we're selfish internally and we love our card art, so we choose a few favorites. But we also, again, like I mentioned, we listen to the community. So people, whenever we post an art piece, they're like, that would make an awesome playmat. I would totally buy that playmat. We love to hear that. We love to hear what is resonating with people, because it might not be our first choice, but it's like, hey, so many people have been saying Rescue Rangers, and it's like, hey, let's do a Rescue Rangers mat, and we know that resonates with a lot of people. So it's listening again to the community, what works for us as well, and then Disney obviously loves, as they review the artwork, they are like, hey, this would make a really cool playmat. Is that something that we can do as well? So it's just taking all the information, coming together as a team and saying, okay, let's go out with this one, and having the decisions made that way.
What can people look forward to for the future of Lorcana? I know you have Rain and Jafar coming out. What else can you tell them? Playmats, sleeves, dice.
Yes, all the sleeves, all the dice. The dice in the Reina Jafar trove is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm very excited. We can't go into too much detail, but I think fans will be very, very excited with some of the characters that we've chosen to include. So I won't go further than that, but yeah, there's a lot of good things to look forward to, and even beyond. Each set has so much fun when it comes to game design or art or collectability. So we're really looking forward to everyone discovering different elements that resonate best with them.